Hello there. Welcome to part 2 of our introduction to our Google Workspace. Now, I seem to remember in our last session, I asked everybody to practice using Google Meet, but I didn't show you how to do that. So we will remedy that problem straight away. So let's look at my desktop. Now, to look at my desktop, I'm going to minimize this screen here, and this is my desktop, okay? To access Google Meet, first of all, you need to open up Google Chrome. If you have Google Chrome on your Windows-based computer, you will see this symbol here, okay? So I'm going to open up my Google Chrome here, put it full screen, like this, and Google Meet is one of the applications that you can find in these 9 little dots here, the Google Apps box. So you click on this, and then you need to look for a little TV camera. Okay, now here is a TV camera which says Meet. You click on this button, and to practice you just need to click on New Meeting and then Start an Instant Meeting, which is this option in the middle, and then after a few moments you will see that your picture, what is on your camera, will appear in front of you, and a little message. If you want to practice sharing with somebody else on another computer, you can send them this link and they would join your meeting. Otherwise, close this window and just practice pressing these buttons and practice doing what we looked at last week. Okay, so practice with the putting your hand up, practice the closed captions, and switching off your audio and camera. Okay, so now this is how to practice with this. Now I'm going to close this window now and come back to another Google Meet button. Oh, before we go on, let's just look at how to join a Google meeting with your teacher. So basically, let's come back to this Google Chrome screen again. Now, your teacher will arrange your classes using the Google Calendar. Again, it's these Google Apps 9 dots. If you're using an Apple computer, each one of these apps you will need to download from the App Store. We'll look at Apple computers in another session. You click on this and find your calendar. If you click on Calendar, you will see your appointments for each day. Like, I have to pay my internet bill on the 28th. It's also the public service workers' holiday this day. And if you have a lesson, it will appear here. Okay, so let's just look at a lesson which I've saved already. If you click on the lesson, then you will see the option to join with Google Meet. You click on this and it will automatically join your English class. Your teacher, if all goes well, your teacher will be there waiting for you. So that's how you join your English class. Okay, so I'll close this window now and come back to our Google Classroom, and let's look now at what we looked at the continuation from our first session. Okay, just to revise, this button at the bottom turns off the sound. This button turns off your camera. This button gives you captions. If you want to contact your teacher by putting your hand up, you click on this button. And this button will allow you to present. Okay, it will allow you to share what is on your screen with your teacher. So if you have done homework and you want to show that homework to your teacher, you will need to use this button here, as we looked at in the first session. Okay, Let's just revise, shall we? What does this button do? And this button, what does this button do? And this button CC. Can you remember what CC does? And this picture of a hand, when do you use this little button with a hand on it? Very good, well done. And there's a square with an arrow pointing up in it. Why do we use this button? What is this button for? Do you know? Okay, if you can't remember, take a look at part 1 of our introduction to the Google Workspace. Okay, now with this last option, the 3 dots, if you click on this button, you have the opportunity for your camera to go full screen. So let's see what happens when we click this button. Okay, so you can just see a little bit more of my classroom here if you click on full screen. The other options which we will look at today, which will be useful in your classroom, is the whiteboard. Now, if you click on whiteboard, you will have the option of opening a whiteboard on your computer. Your teacher will use this sometimes, and you can use it to write as well. Now, when you come to this window, you should already see a link for a whiteboard which is already open. Now, I'm going to start a new whiteboard. And what happens is this window here opens, and your teacher can use this option to write and introduce things on the screen. The first button draws lines. This button down here will open a text box so you can write something. Hello, teacher. And with this button you can pull the size, alter the size, and after you have written something, if you click on it and press these 3 dots here, you can edit what you've written and add some more. Okay, and then your teacher will see what is written in front of you. Okay, this is used to highlight parts of the screen. This button is used to draw a circle, and if you want to insert a picture or write a note for your teacher, a sticky note, you can write them here and just write this, save it, and it will appear on the screen, okay, in this format. Okay, so these are the options. Erase is used if you want to remove something that you've written already. Okay, so you and your teacher will use this button from time to time. Okay, to leave this button, let's move the window. You can use these buttons, as with all Google applications, you can use these buttons to make the text full screen and save it on your computer as well. If you click on these 3 dots here, you can download the file as a PDF file or as a picture file, and it will download to your computer. If you'd like to see how to do this, I'll save it as a PDF file. Click on this button, it appears down here, and you can see where it is by show in folder, and here we can see it's here. Now I'm going to cut this file from this folder here, which is on downloads, and post it to my desktop here. Okay, I'm moving a little bit faster, but here we have a picture of what was in our Jamboard, our whiteboard. Okay, so here it is as a PDF file. Okay, let's come back to our Google screen. When you've finished, you can just close this window here. So I'm just going to close it, and you can see that my Google meeting is still here. Okay, your teacher here is listed the Jamboard, the whiteboard files which are open. So if you click on this, this is the link to go to the whiteboard file that we were working on. Okay, so it's reasonably easy to deal with this. The only other options on these three dots at the bottom of the screen here, which are really useful for you, to perhaps to apply visual effects. Now, you may be in a situation where you have to have your English class in a situation where you may not want people to see what is behind you. If you want to blank out what is behind you, or if you want to put a different picture for what is behind you, you can use this Apply Visual Effects button. Okay, so you have these options, and for example, there's one which is an island, which I really like. Let me see whether I can find the island. Yes, here it is. Paradise Beach. I think this is the one I like. You select the one you want, and then, first of all, then you choose, you click on this, double click it. One moment. Good. Okay, just click on it and it will automatically, look, there we have a Paradise Beach behind me. So you can see that my screen is actually blanked out. I don't use this myself because quite often parts of my head disappear and parts of your hand can disappear as part of when you're using these backgrounds. So what I'm going to do now is go back to this, turn off the visual effects and come back to my classroom again. Okay, as far as these special options go, the only other one which may be of use to you, if you have problems with audio, you can use your mobile phone for audio as opposed to the microphone which may be on your computer or on your camera. If you click on this button to use a phone, it will ask for the number that you are going to ring from. Okay, so you can contact, you can click on Call Me, enter your phone number, and you should be able to join the meeting using the audio on your mobile phone. I would recommend only using this if your audio is not very clear, if your teacher cannot hear what you're saying. Okay, the last of the options that we're going to look at today, and a very important one, is to chat with your teacher. Now, this, if you look down here on the bottom right of the screen, you have a little speech box, and it says chat with everybody if you put your mouse over it. Now, your teacher will use this quite a lot, okay? If you want to share a link with your teacher, you can copy it here. For example, our Jamboard is here. I'm going to try to copy this link here. This was our Jamboard that we just sent up. I'm going to copy it, and if I paste it here with click and paste, and then click the arrow to send the message, what I have just typed, the link I've just typed, will be here. Okay. You can also send any messages that you like to your teacher. Hello teacher, how are you? And you click on this and the message will come up on both the teacher's and the student's screens. Your teacher will probably use this to access any sort of activities, quizzes, and internet websites with different activities which you can use in class. Okay, when your teacher asks you to go to a specific link, go to this button here, the chat box, and just click on the link, and the link will open up whatever link you're, and to the, just a moment, the link to whichever activity your teacher would like you to do. Here is our Jamboard activity again. Okay, I'm going to close this button now. The other options, if you want to remember where your meeting is, usually your classes on the same day will be the same link, so you can copy that link to your class by just clicking on this little information button and copy the links. Copy this link here, just the first number. If you right click and copy, and then you can save this information on your computer. I generally use the notepad to save it. Paste it to here, and this link here you can save wherever you like. Basically, I'm now going to save this, save it as a desktop file, my English class. Okay, now I've saved it on my desktop, and let's just see what that entails. Now you can see this file I've just saved here. You click on it, click the link, copy it, and if you open up Google Chrome and paste this link here, you can use paste and go, it will open up your window here and ask to join the meeting, and your teacher will receive a message saying that you want to come in. Someone wants to join your call, join this call, Viv Quarry. I will admit myself, and you can hear me twice. And you also get feedback if you try and use the same if you try and open two meetings on the same computer. Okay, that's all for this session. Now you know how to practice. Now you can practice as much as you like, and I hope you will enjoy your English classes and learn to speak and understand English super quickly. I will be back again for another session on how to use Google Classroom. Looking forward to seeing you again then. Okay, bye.